spicy chili peppers are grown and enjoyed by people around the world, with some of them packing such a punch that they can actually burn your insides. Wait, what? No, that's not true at all. What is this? This is a myth. And I'll explain the truth about this and 5 more chili pepper myths in this video because there are a lot of myths about these little guys out there on the internet or just old wives' tales. Some of them are plausible and some of them are just downright silly. So let's dive in and get to the truth about chili peppers. Myth number 1, chili peppers can actually burn you. For years, there have been stories circulating about someone eating a chili pepper so spicy that it actually causes burns in their mouth or their throat or their stomach or other end. In different versions of the story though, the person has blisters or bleeding lesions like immediately. And sometimes they don't even survive the ordeal. Look, you know this is a video about myths, so you can probably guess that this is not true. Nor is it actually plausible. Chili peppers are spicy, not hot. The chemical compound capsaicin is what causes chilies to be spicy, but it doesn't actually contain or generate heat. You see, capsaicin works by binding to specific receptors called TRPV1 receptors that in humans and most mammals causes our brain to register a burning pain sensation, even though there's no burning happening. It's literally a plant trying to trick us into not eating it because it contains the seeds that will allow it to reproduce and carry on to another generation. So chili peppers evolved to contain a lot of capsaicin to discourage mammals from eating their fruit and destroying those seeds. There's really no physical possibility that someone eating a chili pepper could suffer contact burns and blisters because there is no heat involved. In very rare situations, if a person has a severe allergic reaction to a chili pepper, maybe they'll develop like a skin reaction, but not a burn. But why does this myth continue today in 2025 to make people believe it? Well, because fear is fun. And people like the sensationalism of the story as well. After all, imagine you could get some extra bragging rights if you eat a super hot pepper and it doesn't burn your mouth like that guy you heard about. Right? But for now, let's just consider this myth totally bogus. Myth number 2, chili peppers cause stomach ulcers. One of the most common myths I personally hear from people is because I eat a lot of peppers. You'll see it on my YouTube channel if you want to poke around, but I taste everything I grow in my garden at least once. That includes the super hot peppers, and I routinely have at least one comment on those videos that say something like, "You're going to give yourself ulcers. Hope it's worth it." This is of course false. Eating chili peppers does not cause stomach ulcers. Ulcers are typically a result of an infection from the H. pylori bacteria or from long-term use of some medications. Chili peppers do not cause ulcers. Eating spicy peppers when you already have an ulcer may aggravate the ulcer because you're introducing capsaicin into what's essentially an open wound, so that could hurt. That's not a big surprise. The chili pepper is not the cause of that ulcer, however. In fact, some research is now showing that capsaicin can actually help with healing some ulcers. It's thought that this is due to the increase in blood flow from the capsaicin in the area. More research is needed there to definitively say that capsaicin is helpful in healing ulcers, but the verdict is in and capsaicin definitely does not cause ulcers. Myth number 3, the seeds are the hottest part of the pepper. So this is one of those myths that's been repeated by a lot of highly respected people, especially by TV and internet chefs. The claim is that the seeds are where the heat is on a pepper, or the seeds are the hottest part of a chili pepper. This is wholly false, but I think I know why people say this, even still today. The truth is, the seeds contain very little to zero capsaicin, that compound that makes chili spicy. They're actually just little capsules of genetic material that contain everything needed to grow a new plant. The highest concentration of capsaicin in a pepper fruit is actually in the placental membrane, commonly called the pith. This is that white or pale yellow area in the center of a pepper that the seeds are attached to. So the seeds themselves contain little to no heat, but the placenta they are attached to is the epicenter of capsaicin, which can sometimes lead to seeds getting covered in a bit of capsaicin oil. But I think the real reason why this myth is so pervasive and so misstated is because of culinary instruction, like I mentioned earlier. You see, for decades, recipes have called for chefs to remove the seeds from jalapenos or other chili peppers to reduce the heat. The typical way you do this in a kitchen is to remove the pith and the seeds altogether. So when a chef says, "deseed the pepper," they then proceed to remove the pith and the seeds altogether. So they did in fact remove the majority of the spicy heat from that pepper, but that was not because they removed the seeds, it was because they removed the placenta or the pith. So next time someone says, oh, the seeds are the spicy part, or claim their hot sauce is really hot because they left the seeds in, slap the jalapeno popper out of their mouth and set the record straight. Myth number 4, eating spicy peppers ruins your taste buds. This next myth is another one that I hear a lot from people who watch me eat spicy peppers or hot sauces. They love to tell me, you are destroying your taste buds. It's not worth it. Come on, spoiler alert, this myth is also not true. Spicy foods and capsaicin do not destroy your taste buds. There's no science to support this claim, and speaking from my experience from eating literally hundreds of different varieties of chili pepper, I have never lost my ability to taste. While for some people, capsaicin can trigger a bit of a numbing effect on their tongue, it does not actually damage their taste buds. This is why chili peppers are so loved for their use in recipes. They taste great. In fact, chili peppers have a huge range of flavor profiles from sweet to tangy to bitter and earthy, and you would never know that if they destroyed your taste buds. This myth is silly. Myth number 5. The best way to cool down a spicy mouth is with a glass of milk. If you've ever eaten something really spicy and had instant regret, odds are you were told, drink some milk to help the pain go away. This one is actually not totally false, but it's also not completely true. The one thing that is very true, water will not help much here. This again all comes back to capsaicin. Because capsaicin is an oil-like compound and it's hydrophobic, meaning it repels water, drinking water to rinse it out of your mouth or break it down is highly ineffective. And this is where milk comes in, right? Well, kind of. The reality is you're wanting something with a high fat or oil content that will help break down and dilute the capsaicin oil. So milk is a better option, but really you want it to be whole milk for the higher fat content. So if milk is not the best option, what is? That's up to some debate. But some of the most common things that people use to dampen the heat are full-fat yogurt, butter, peanut butter, cottage cheese, kefir. Really, anything that is a high-fat option works well. Interestingly, bananas are also very effective at dissipating the heat of capsaicin because of their high potassium content. The potassium seems to be effective at breaking up the capsaicin, and the creamy thick texture helps to kind of coat your mouth, which provides some relief. Another surprise? Alcohol is actually an effective way to break up the capsaicin oil and relieve the pain. So next time you overestimate your ability to handle a hot pepper, maybe follow it up with a shot of your favorite spirit. Or you could just grab an alcohol-based mouthwash. Myth number 6. I can handle ghost peppers, I had ghost pepper hot sauce. So we've all seen products at the grocery store, whether it's hot sauce or tortilla chips or nuts, and they say ghost pepper or Carolina Reaper, and we buy them, we eat them, and think, oh man, that wasn't so bad. I can totally handle ghost pepper level heat. That's where a lot of people go wrong. And let me tell you, it can go wrong really fast. The truth is, if you look at most hot sauces, chips, nuts, beef jerky, whatever, that claim to be ghost pepper or Carolina Reaper, and then check the ingredients list, you will find out that the super hot pepper is typically pretty far down that list. More often than not, this is just a marketing gimmick, and it doesn't really reflect the actual heat level of the aforementioned super hot peppers. This leads to an abundance of confidence where it's often not justified and can be a really painful experience when you try an actual ghost pepper or Carolina Reaper pepper and you are not at all ready for that level of pain. So don't just believe that because a pepper is listed in the name of a product, that it'll actually be anywhere near the heat of that pepper if you eat it raw. Hot sauces are diluted, flavor powder and chips and nuts are a mix of different ingredients, and nothing really compares to the brutal spice of biting directly into a super hot pepper. So these are the top chili pepper myths I hear, but I would love to hear more of the myths or misconceptions that you might have heard. So leave a comment below and share those with me, and maybe I'll address those in a follow-up video soon. Oh, and one last thing to clear up. Chili peppers are not vegetables. They are fruit. And to be even more specific, they're berries. So next time someone mentions peppers as a vegetable, you can be that really annoying know-it-all guy and just say, actually, they're a berry. People will dig it, trust me. If you want to learn more about one of my all-time favorite chili peppers, the jalapeno, check out this video over here, where I do a deep dive into the history and the science of the chili pepper that really started it all. Or, if you want to see me review dozens of different types of peppers that I grew in my garden, watch this playlist over here. And never forget, even though we're the gardeners, plants help us grow.